Well, here we are back after a couple of days of absence. Tomatoes are doing well. They've all become quite established. A little bit of pinching out required there. And my tomato seedlings definitely benefited from being repotted. And now they're just about ready to go into more growing bags. All the tomatoes are doing well there. And my sunflowers are picked up. Thanks a lot for Tony for coming in and watering the plants in my absence this week. It would have been a bit of a disaster otherwise. Things have still dried out a fair bit, but some things have been rescued. I've put a couple of my trays outside because it's chucking down with rain today, and I thought a bit of getting ready for going outside wouldn't do them any harm. The Godusha has certainly picked up from last time. It all looked a bit like that stuff down there, but now it's gathered wings and it's growing. You can't say much about the assembly of them. Both pots are looking good there, and so is that one. So we're definitely doing well on this one. What's this insect here? I don't recognise him. Anybody know? Make it in comments for me, please. Friend or foe? Not sure. Again, more tomatoes in the trays, need potting on. So we'll get on with that today. My dwarf beans look as though they could benefit from going outside. It looks like we've got some friends coming into the greenhouse. I just removed 2 snails and 6 slugs from my what do you call it, radish tray, and I put 4 lettuces, potted them on in here last weekend, and as you can probably see, there's not a sign of them now. They've been devoured. Again, slugs and snails. I've got a couple of snails here. There's one that's doing the right thing and trying to escape. Some more slugs down here and snails, so we'll get a shot of those. I might just put the snails over by the pond, let them get used to that. I'm not happy that they've had a go at it. My Burpless Tasty cucumbers, I had 4, I now have 1, and the Market More, I had 4 and I have none. So they've definitely been busy in here. They've even been eating spring onions. Carrot tops aren't surviving either, so we'll scatter a few more seeds on there. In the meantime, let me get rid of our little friends, or foes, whichever we like to call them, and get on with a bit of work. Well, it's turned from a slight shower to a very heavy shower with hailstones. So Marley and I have just come inside. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. Well, I doubt if you can't. That's quite heavy hail out there. But I was going to give Tony a ring because it was raining heavily at my place, and it's only 5 minutes away the other side of the hill, just to ask him if the rain had stopped here. Well, it looks like it's just started here, so I've left it in my house and caught up with it here at the plot, and I can actually hear a bit of thunder in the background there, so that's going to be fun. The thing is, I just put some of my plants outside the greenhouse to acclimatise them, and now they're going to get a hammering. Well, can't have it all, can we? Oh well, it's half an hour later, so guess what I'm doing? I'm making myself a nice little brew, because there's no way am I going out there to work in that. It's really heavy. Even Marley's had enough, he's come inside. That is heavy, heavy, heavy. a bit scraggly wet, aren't you, baby? Hey? Harry, you've been wet. Did you get soaked in the storm? Hey? Well, don't know how much I'll get done today. It's quite a bright sunny sky over there. So I'm hoping it doesn't just go around in circles, which is typical of valleys weather. But it's certainly knocking my corn about over there. It's taking a bit of a hammering. The chives are also taking a hammering. But I think they're up to it. And the mint is more or less flattened by the hail. The strawberries seem to be surviving it okay, which is good. I mean, to them it's just water, isn't it? And would you believe I just finished watering the plants in the greenhouse and feeding the tomato plants. So what I need to do now is get some more of these lettuce planted in that big trough, but I'm not doing that till the rain subsides. Things can only get better. There's more hailstones now. That really is chucking it down. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can see it and feel it. It's bouncing off the ground, as they say. Woo! That's certainly giving us a bit of a hammering today. Oh dear, dear, dear. Today is the middle of May, would you believe? Well, so much for the middle of May. Never cast a clout till May is out, is that what they say? Always. I can hear rolling thunder. Easing off a little bit. Hasn't gone yet though, so I'm still not going outside. I'm definitely having my coffee first. Should be about brewed by now. Here comes some more. One thing, this end of the shed, definitely watertight, more or less. Comes in a little bit up the top there, but I don't sit up there. I'm down here where Marley is, and he won't go anywhere near the outside world. Will you, Marley? Hey? Are you too wet? He normally doesn't mind rain, but this is hammering down. We'll get on with some work later if the ground isn't too soggy. Okay. This is in the communal polytunnel where Tony and Pierre are sorting out some stuff for the kids. They're putting some frames for the tomatoes. Already got crops on their strawberry plants. And as you can probably hear, we have a hailstorm going on outside. So not a lot's going to get done here. This frame that they're building over here is for cucumbers. So, and they're jealous because their cucumbers are looking quite tasty. Mine, so far, have all been eaten, so they don't look like anything. But usually the kids do all this, but because of the weather, it's doubtful if they'll be here today. Well, we've decided, that is me and Marley have decided, we're going to see if we can catch a few tadpoles. Whoa, that's coming down heavy again. We're going to see if we can catch a few tadpoles from the communal pond and migrate them to my pond. I'm wasting my breath talking here because I don't think you'll hear me on camera. So catch you later. Bye bye. So Tony and Pierre have finished off in here. This is the tomato canes, all up in the middle. A few of the school plants here at the front of the greenhouse or polytunnel. And strawberries with fruit. And over here they've got the cucumbers. Oh, burpless, they're my favourites. Oh, mine failed. So there we go. They've done well, they've got 5 plants here. The ones I did get to seedling stage have all been devoured by slugs and snails in my greenhouse. So definitely time to start getting a deterrent in there. I think I'm going to get a guard frog. Okay, talking of guard frogs, I've just been to the communal pond and I have gathered up in there, you can't really see them, but in there I've gathered up about a dozen tadpoles. Now if I can migrate those to my pond, once they've turned into frogs and come back to breed, hopefully they'll come back to breed in my pond. And in the meantime, should be a nice deterrent for slugs and snails in my garden. We'll wait and see. I've finally got some pondweed in here, and a plant that Tony gave me from his pond. So I've got some oxygenating going on in there, and I've added about a dozen tadpoles from the communal pond, so hopefully there'll be little frogs soon, and they've got plenty of ways of getting in and out of the pond, so maybe they'll keep an eye on the slugs for me. So guard frogs, here we come. Can't wait. I think since I've transferred the tadpoles in here, they've just dived to the bottom. Oh, there's one at the top, just came up for air. So, and that was a tiddler, that one. So looks like they're hiding amongst the plants already, which is good. There's no predators in there for them, so they should all form legs and get out and start scouring my plot for any baddies. I even took a little bit of the pond water with me, so it's got some of the nutrients for them. Oh yes, I can see them swimming about now amongst the plants. You might not see it on camera, but they're definitely there, and it won't be long before they start coming out and sitting amongst the rocks here, and hopefully start getting a few of my slugs off the plot. Can't wait. Well, all I'm going to do now, because it's been such a wet and torturous day, is take all the plants that I took out to give them a bit of weather and put them back in the greenhouse to protect them from the weather, because we've had a couple of really heavy hailstorms today. My peas and beans are sort of picking up now, they've taken on a new life. I covered all the potatoes over the other day, but as you can probably see, they've poked their heads through again. I think I might have a bucket of Charlottes out of here next week and see what they're like. And the ones in the ground now definitely need covering over, so I'll give them a few more days and then top them up, so that way I can get the best out of it. And as for this lot here, I mean, it's hard work. I can't do anything today because the ground is muddy because of all that rain and hail, so I've got to get on with getting this lot clear again so I can get those onions out. It's been good for the gooseberries and the rhubarb having all this rain. Still raining now. In fact, it was raining at home. I was going to call Tony and ask him if it was raining over here. When I got here it was glorious sunshine. 10 minutes later, hailstorm. And when I asked Tony, he said no, there hadn't been any rain till I got here. So it looks like I brought it with me. I reckon it's that Brian Bastable bringing it back from Spain, you know. He's had too many holidays this year, I'll have to tell him off. Right, I'm going to go home.